Move to agenda item 8. Come back there, hang on. This is a consideration of approval of a construction management contract with Forsgren and Associates for the construction of Hickman Park splash pad. We also have had a request from the public to open that up for some public comment. Council, what's you're okay? All right, we'll go ahead and open up agenda item 8 then for public comment at this time.
I'm not sure why this, Bob Shively, Mesquite. I'm not sure why item 8 was pulled for more discussion. That would have been interesting before I made any comments. But my comments are having to do with the general public and the vision of Mesquite and this project and the other projects that are out there that certainly need to be done based on a lot of letters to the editor and different correspondence and emails with council and the mayor. It's just hard to kind of put this together for a lot of us in the public that the splash pad, we can find money for that, and it's off the beaten path, and it probably won't produce $1 in income. It probably won't influence anybody to move here. It probably won't do much of anything other than cost close to $1 million. It is a project that would be like a make work program back in the 30s or 40s, put a few people to work to do this. But how does it affect the vision of having us have a downtown, having us improve the main street through downtown? How does it influence people coming to town to start businesses? How does it do anything other than, for a short period of time, provide some fun for maybe some children? But as far as the overall impact on Mesquite and those of us that are paying taxes and looking for leadership from you, we do not see your vision. In fact, we see no vision at all. It was said before the last election that the idea would be to go back to 1986 and we'd be happy. Well, many of the people that I talk to say, well, we've overshot. We've gone back to about 1896. And that's why we're questioning this particular activity, because we don't know exactly how it got to first place, but it sure looked like there were a lot of other things in town that need some attention. Thank you very much.
My name is Dave West. I'm a resident here in Mesquite. Please ignore the shirt because I'm going to comment as myself and not as a scout leader. I applaud the council in seeking opportunities to provide recreational amenities for the residents here in town. I have 4 young boys. I have a 5th on the way. These kind of amenities are attractive. Right now, we do have the splash pad that's up by the soccer field. The last council meeting, it was mentioned that there's been a constant problem that something in the chemical that treats that attracts bees. It makes it undesirable for us to go up there and sometimes nearly impossible. Hafen, we consistently hear people say, like the BMX track that's under proposal right now, that we need to bring those things in closer to the community, where people can get to them, where the youth can get to them easily. Haven Park out there is close by a lot of the residences here in town, and I think it's a good place for an amenity like that. And what's the impact of that? Here in this community, we have to have families. Our bread and butter is the people that come in and they buy a home and they retire here because it's such a great climate and a great place to live. But eventually that will be unsustainable without families here, working class people that support goals in the medical industries, in the shopping industries, in the entertainment industries. And if we don't provide amenities for that, those people won't come because they'll have the worst service in the world because there won't be people to serve them and provide the necessities for their lives.
Barbara Ellistat as a private citizen. I strongly recommend the Haven Park Splash Pad project. I think the location is absolutely perfect. It is much closer to the largest population of children in this town than certainly the splash pad that I think, as a personal opinion, was wasted at the Mesquite Sports and Events Complex. That location up there does most of the children that live on the south side of the city no good at all. This is a perfect location. There's a lot of kids, a lot of families in that immediate area. These children will not have to worry about transportation to and from. Their parents don't have to worry about transportation to and from. It's perfect. Much better than the splash pad that we wasted up on the hill where the children cannot get to it. I do have two questions about the project itself. Nowhere did I see any mention of the maintenance costs per year. I don't want that to be a showstopper. I'm just interested in what those maintenance costs could potentially be. The other question I have is, it was noted in the backup material that the pond pump was removed from the project. And I'm curious about that because last year when we went through this project, it was very important at that time to have the pump because it would aerate the pond water that apparently is a problem. So I'm kind of curious about that part of it. I'm also curious how we are able to put the runnels, is that what you call them, runnels? How we were able to put the runnels back in the project when last year they were deemed too expensive. So those are just a couple of questions I have about the project itself, but I absolutely think it is perfect for that area. Thank you.